For the first time in 2 years, we are having something that never happened before. Somebody really, really influential, somebody with a lot of authority, somebody who, when he speaks, Wall Street listens. All right. For the first time now, he came out yesterday and said it's okay to buy the meme stocks. This is a game changer because for the last 2 years, the media has been telling us a total different story. And whenever they're talking about, or covering what is happening with stocks like AMC, GameStop, Bed Bath and Beyond, either they don't know what they're talking about because they haven't done any research. Second, they behave as if they don't know anything and they don't have they didn't do any research. And that's why it does a pretty good job at preventing people from even getting exposure to what's happening with these stocks. But for the first time in 2 years since this whole thing started, we now have somebody really influential. I'm talking about Jeremy Siegel. He's a Wharton professor, and he has a lot of authority, a lot of influence when it comes to the stock market. All right, so you have this article being published by Bloomberg, and it's also being relayed by Business News. These are mainstream media, big, really, consumed by people with the big pockets, but also from a retail investor and institutional side. So it's okay to allocate 10 to 15% in meme stock, says Jeremy Siegel. Now, I'm gonna link, post the link of this, article if you want to go over the whole thing. But pretty much the guy is saying that he recommends to young people, if they want to play with 10% or 15% of their portfolio in those games, really referring to AMC, Bed Bath & Beyond, and GameStop, as you can see here, but put the other 85% in some sort of an index long-term fund that will have meaning for you when you finally become an adult. All right. Now, he's not diminishing that because of they're not adults and everything, but he's just saying it's okay. It's okay to invest 10 to 15% of your money, of your portfolio in these stocks. He's not talking about 1 or 5% or 1 or 1.5%, guys. No, he's talking about 10 to 15%. Now, he's addressing a specific type of investors, but as I mentioned earlier, this is somebody with a lot of influence. The big banks, the funds, people that have money to kind of play with, the big banks, the big funds, people that have money sitting on the sidelines are also listening. And when they read this, I can't help but think somebody or few of them, I'm not expecting all of them, that will be crazy, but some of them will tend to listen and they will just see, hey, let me just play with maybe 5%, right? It's half of what he recommended, just to see how things go. Now, if I add this to the fact that AMC is pretty, at a discount right now, at a very steep discount, not even counting Ape in the picture, just looking at AMC. Now, for somebody that never ever even looked into AMC, he would just go at the chart, and they will see, okay, what's the highest this stock has ever been? And it will say 70. Right now it's trading at what? 9 and some change. Okay, if Jeremy Siegel tells me to buy, and expose 10 to 15% to my portfolio to these stocks, well, it sounds like a good idea because I'm getting it below 10. Now, it means that this is calling for an additional buying pressure. If you add to this the fact that the Fed on Friday, pretty much is calling to do whatever they can in their power to bring down inflation, which is not a good sign for anybody shorting as heavily as the shorts are doing here in AMC, because ultimately it means that it's going to cost them a lot more money than it's already costing them a lot more money to bleed them out if they don't get out at some point. All right, so this is the ultimate catalyst we're waiting for this to do what it's supposed to do. Now, this reminds me a lot of what happened, with the crypto space, because before crypto was fully embraced by people like Elon Musk or Mark Cuban, when they came out, and they said, I am bullish on Doge, I am bullish on this, I am bullish on Bitcoin, I am bullish on Ethereum, I'm bullish on Cardano, all of these, altcoins and crypto tokens. Literally, they went from 17, 20, 12,000 to 70 for Bitcoin, for example. The Dogecoin, we had 20, 30,000% following those. So it gives you a little bit of, an insight just as a preview of what can potentially happen here now that we have this, comment made by Jeremy Siegel. So again, nothing, is a crystal ball, nothing is guaranteed, but this is pretty interesting, and I think people holding AMC and Ape and GameStop or any other meme stock for that matter will definitely love this. So let's just wait and see how it unfolds.